everybody. Welcome back to episode 118 on this Tuesday night.
There was some confusion, but...
Confusion about the date again.
The day of the week.
The day of the week.
The
date. We know it's the end of May almost.
It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Tuesday has no feel.
It has no feel.
That episode was just on.
We just saw that Seinfeld episode, so that's kind of funny. So yeah, we're getting down to the wire. I know we've talked about our move, but it's like this is happening Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So basically 3 days.
Well, yes, that's true. But 3 days from now, we'll be done.
Yes.
Like 72 hours from now.
Yes.
We'll be done.
Mm-hmm. So.
I mean, you'd think.
Yeah, it's getting there. But tomorrow we're off. Tomorrow, the rest of the week we're on vacation till next Tuesday. Although moving's not really a vacation.
Right, because we can't. The thing is, you can't sleep in.
Yeah. Because
we got to get up and finish packing. We got to go to closing. We got to get the move done the next 3 days.
Yeah. So.
That's not like fun.
That's not a vacation.
It's
yeah.
not a vacation.
And.
We need a vacation from our vacation.
We do. I was actually thinking.
Need a vacation
of moves in our life, in my life, and stuff like that. And the first move that David and I had together was moving into his sister's apartment.
She wasn't there anymore.
She wasn't there.
She moved out.
We ended up renting the same apartment after she left. So she moved out one day. We moved in the next day. So that was kind of crazy.
That also, not to be a drag, but that was the last time I saw my father.
I know.
He stopped by to see how it was going, and we said hello and chatted, and then that was on a Saturday,
mm-hmm.
and he died on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was so sad.
Yep.
And very unexpected, obviously, so it surprised us all. Yeah, that was, and I was actually sick
so
right
thanks
after.
for bringing it up.
I know, and I was actually sick after that, so I was at home. But and I was also thinking about the time when I moved into the second apartment by myself, when I moved into the city in Chicago, not into the best neighborhood. And so instead of taking my parents to see it like through the streets that might have been a little bit more dangerous, I took them all the way Lakeshore Drive and came around to make it seem like it was a fancier location than it was. It turned out to be a nice area, and now it's like super fancy and stuff like that.
Yeah, because gentrifiers like you
totally
moved in and changed the neighborhood.
Yeah. And actually, that was the first time I also rented not a huge truck, but the babyest truck that they have, not a van, but a baby truck from U-Haul, and I drove it on the expressway for the first time, and I was scared the whole time.
We had that one moving truck one time. You know, it used to be, now most of them have automatic transmission, but it used to be the bigger ones all had manual transmission, which in and of itself is fine, except the gears have been ground, so, typically. The gears would be, so badly ground that you couldn't drive at all in first gear. Sometimes you couldn't even really start the engine in first gear. You really had to basically drive starting out in second gear. And of course, that's not, if you drive manual transmission, that's not the best thing because you don't get very much power.
No.
Anyway, because the second gear thinks you're going faster.
Right.
And second gear also is really just like a transition between first and third. So it's not designed, no vehicle with automatic or manual transmission is designed to drive in second gear. But that's always one of the most intimidating things about driving a truck like that for the first time.
Yeah.
No matter how experienced you are.
You're a legit truck driver.
Well, no matter how experienced you are driving stick shift, it's a different thing when you have to basically start out in second gear and the engine doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So you're going really slowly and people are right behind you and then,
and you're like, I'm sorry.
You're really having a hard time getting it fast enough to shift to third gear and then actually drive. And then it's like normal. But that was no fun. In fact, when it may have been that same truck, one of my brothers-in-law was helping out, and he was more experienced, not just as a stick shift driver, but he'd actually driven like, I don't remember what it was, a garbage truck or no, I don't think it was a garbage. I think it was like a delivery truck. But back in the day when that basically everybody drove stick shift all the time.
Oh yeah.
So he was, he actually offered to drive at least like once or twice back and forth because it was like, I mean, it was doable, but on the street it's a pain in the neck because there's people breathing right down. Oh, look at that. I thought I had silenced my phone. A real estate broker silenced my computer.
Still selling his houses. Still
Yeah. That's what it was.
If you ever work with a realtor, they have an automated thing now that
That's
would have
what it
been
is.
nice to have when I was a realtor back in the day for a brief year. But anyway, so anything that matches our criteria, we just get an
It
automatic.
just automatically generated, even though
So we
we
were
signed
joking,
a contract 6
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Right, and we were just joking that we should just for fun just be like, we're interested in seeing that one, and he'd be like, wait, what?
I wonder if he would even notice. Because he's
yeah.
got to know he knows what we're doing. Anyway,
Yeah,
that was the ding you just heard.
and we'll look at it later.
Yeah, we just like to look at
Compare.
the listings and scroll through all the pictures and see if they have things written on the walls,
Any slogans?
any slogans, any inspirational sayings.
Should we tell him the one about the bathroom?
I can't remember exactly what it said.
Okay,
I
so
took a
this is
picture
no
of it
joke.
because I was so
This is-
surprised.
You know how they have like the decals on the how inspirational words,
right.
whatever. Legit, they showed a master bathroom and it had a decal on it. It said "Get naked."
Yeah, oh, that's what it was. That's right. I took a screenshot of it, or maybe I took a picture with my phone, but I was looking at it on the computer, and I texted it to you.
Did you see this?
And I'm like, what?
I don't know why you need to get naked.
And why in
sticker.
your own bathroom?
I know.
Because if that's your philosophy of life,
Yeah.
you're already there.
You're there. You don't
You
have
don't-
to tell anybody.
Right. You don't want your guests to get naked.
And they were professionally.
This is not the after dark version,
of our show.
which we're gonna kick off in the new house.
But they had it was professional.
Like Wayne's World, you
photographers.
have to do this.
Yeah. It was professional photographer too, so you think
right.
that you could just kind of like angle it a little bit so that you didn't actually show that decal on there. But yeah, it's kind of funny to see people's decor and their all their inspirational words. Which David can't stand.
No, I was just gonna say I don't want to be mean, and I don't want to give anybody a hard time. Look, if you like that sort of thing, God bless you. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things where if you're kind of
in the kitchen and it's a giant gather.
Right. If you're if you're kind of cynical about things, and I guess I am sometimes. Sometimes it just strikes me as funny. That's all. It's hard
there's
for
mine now too. Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see, like walking into the kitchen and seeing family. I don't know how that's necessarily going to inspire me to be a better person with it there.
Right.
And I mean, I'm honest to God, I'm really not putting anybody down. I know it sounds like I'm mocking people. I don't mean it that way. It's just, whatever you have to do to get yourself through the day, sometimes.
If you need something like that.
Right. It's perfectly fine and legit.
And if you haven't seen the show Baskets with
I knew exactly what you were going to
Zach
say.
Galifianakis, look it up. Baskets. It was on FX channel,
And
Louis Anderson was the main characters, and Louis Anderson plays a woman. So his mom.
He plays Zach Galifianakis' mom, based on apparently
his mom.
Louis' own mom. I mean, in other words. So, by the way, it's also it's not meant to be a negative portrayal at all. He obviously likes his mom.
Yeah.
But she's a character.
Very much a character. I think it had 4 seasons, so if you haven't watched it, it's amazing. Watch it.
It's really.
Actually, Zach Galifianakis plays twins, so he plays he and his brother. So
that's right. I forgot about that.
And then his mom, Louis Anderson, had adopted twin boys.
Who are like hip hop stars.
Yeah.
And adopted them later in life. There's actually some fairly serious,
Yeah, it's
the
not all.
The backstory is pretty serious, actually. But no.
But one time, Louis Anderson's character goes to her friend's house, and they're in the kitchen, and the woman had just redecorated, and she's like, "Oh, I love your kitchen and everything," and she's like, "Well, what's that?" And the woman says, "That's my kitchen slogan." And so
I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was, but it would be like, I know what it was worth the whisk.
No, wasn't that the one that? You may be right.
Maybe
I
that
have to look this up.
Yeah. And so then she's like, "Well, I don't even have a kitchen slogan." So we always joke like, "What's our kitchen slogan?" going to be, because she went to like a store like Tuesdays or TJ Maxx or something that had like all those kind of like slogan kind of.
I'm trying to see if I can find a screenshot of it because I don't want. Now I won't be able to find it. I
Right.
can find like the
actual scene.
the actual scene, but I don't want to like play it.
We'll have to see what the kitchen slogan is because it's really funny.
I hit images, but it ends up, the problem is I Googled Basket's kitchen slogan, and that was a suggested thing. So you get all the little video clips, but when you search images,
It doesn't show.
It's all kinds of like actual things that you could put in your kitchen.
Right. Well, are there any good ones? Let's just see.
Are there any good ones? Well, there might be.
Kitchen slogan signs. Let's just see what these are.
Anyway, and I can't, but I can't. I think the Worth the Whisk one might be what Christine ends up with. Isn't that her name, Christine?
It is Christine. So they have one that has like a whisk, and it's like whip it real good. A beater, just beat it, and then
those are all music themed.
Those are music themes.
Anyway, we're
getting off on a tangent.
No one wants to watch us look at things. We should have watched the episode beforehand.
We should have.
Because it would have been
but
really
definitely
fun.
watch it if you haven't watched Baskets. It's so good. And I'm sure it's on some. If it's not on FX anymore, I'm sure it's on one of the various Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we still have to think of a kitchen slogan for our new kitchen.
Kitchen slogan. Well, remember, outside Ed DeBevick's in the city, there's the one sign says, "Get in here." It's just pointing towards the entrance, but it's huge and it's with an arrow and it looks like a command.
Right.
Like they're demanding that you get in here.
Is that place still around?
Ed DeBevick's? I think it is, actually.
If you've never been to Ed DeBevick's in Chicago, it is a diner, but all the wait staff is purposefully rude to you, in a funny way, kind of thing, and just kind of like you expect that.
But it's not as bad as the Wiener Circle, which is an infamous hot dog stand get in here is one of the signs. That wouldn't really work as a kitchen slogan. I thought there was something about like meatloaf and a bunch of other. There's signs all over the building. So that could be our oh dear, I can't see the side of the building.
Yeah.
We have to do a better job preparing. But anyway, the Wiener Circle is notoriously their folks are notoriously rude. But the best thing about the Wiener Circle is they do stuff like, for Halloween, they actually like change the whole look of the restaurant. Like one year, and this was absolutely brilliant, they made the whole thing look like the fast food restaurant in Coming to America.
Yes.
And, it was just like a really clever, that's an older movie, obviously. I saw that movie in the theater when it came out. With Joel, of course. Joel and John.
I saw it in the movie theater too. What if we were in the same movie theater at the same time?
Oh my gosh, it would be just like going to see
Duran
Duran. I can't really see the signs. Oh, of course. See, this is what happens. If you do Google Images, you frequently end up with one of the things is Pinterest. But you can't, if you don't have a Pinterest account, you can't really look at the picture, you can't blow it up. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you could say this kitchen is seasoned with love.
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna get that
one.
One. Or live life with a little spice. Live life with a little spice. Oh, it says
we
again.
saw one house with just the photos. We didn't actually go to see the house, but they had this. It was painted on.
Mm-hmm.
It said family, and then there was a tree, a painted tree, and then rectangles for where photographs of various family members were. And that's that would be nice for the people who lived there.
Yeah, but I thought it was way too personal to have that online where everybody can see your whole family. But
you'd have to. I don't know that you could see the individual photos particularly.
Yeah.
Because it was a wide shot of this big room. But you would you'd have to paint over.
You would.
I guess you could go. I don't think it said the family name. That would have made it even more kind of crazy. But
Right.
unless you had the exact number of photos and you wanted that on your wall,
Yeah, we're keeping it.
I'm sure it was lovely for the people who lived there.
Yeah,
Now everyone's going to think I'm a jerk because I'm making
had
fun of people.
every room was a different color, red or rust, orange, turquoise, green bathroom. You know, so it's just kind of crazy. I'm not that type of person to have to paint every room a different color.
So here you go. Not good looking, just good cooking.
There.
That's on the side of Ed DeBevis.
That's gonna be our
See,
slogan.
I knew
That's
they
gonna be our
had.
slogan.
That's gonna be the new name of our show.
Yeah. Okay, should we start a cooking show now?
I shouldn't clap into the microphone. They'll find out that they're not really attached to anything. It's just.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
We have a sophisticated sound system.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be the title of this episode.
Or we could have the one that says absolutely no ball playing allowed.
Okay.
That's also an appropriate kitchen slogan.
Or we'll have to put that in our new house on the garage because we have a basketball
So
net.
get in here.
Mm-hmm.
You can have that on the outside, like as you're walking to the kitchen, and then not good looking, just good cooking. I don't want to get sued by Ed DeBevic, so that's one of those let us entertain you places.
It is. And obviously they probably, I wonder if they did a brisk takeout during COVID. Probably. They probably could have switched to that.
I don't know. I thought they had something about the meatloaf on the wall. I remember they had something about meatloaf.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
They served meatloaf.
I actually went there once.
I think I've only been there once as well.
It's like one of those things that you could. That's really. I mean, it was good food, but I wouldn't go out of my way.
And you know what was right in that neighborhood is Dicka's.
Yeah, Dicka's.
Dicka's.
Mike Dicka's.
That's how you pronounce it. It's not Ditka. It's Dicka.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Dicka.
Especially like in Chicago, there's so many places to eat. That's. I mean, you can eat.
Carson's Ribs was near there.
I loved Carson's Ribs actually.
The Rock and Roll McDonald's wasn't far from there. Used to be a Planet Hollywood near there.
Yep. I actually think they redid did they redo the McDonald's recently?
Yeah, but I think they changed the
Roll.
theme. There was one of the oldest franchise locations in the city proper.
Mm-hmm.
There were older ones. Obviously, it originated in California, but the first Ray Kroc McDonald's was actually in Des Plaines.
Who went to the same high school as us.
He did go to the same high school with us, and so did Ludacris.
There you go.
And Ernest Hemingway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the one of the earliest ones in the city proper is the one in what they call the River North neighborhood, and it for years had a sort of rock music theme with jukeboxes and artifacts, guitars on the wall. And all
Yeah.
that. Oh, it's also near the Hard Rock, but that's not what I was thinking. But I want to say here we just make stuff up or we talk off the top of our heads. There's no fact checking involved, but I believe that it was one of the largest and most successful black-owned franchises.
I believe I heard that too.
And I for some reason I think that the original owner finally sold the franchise. And I want to say that it does not have the rock and roll theme anymore. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah,
Pay
I don't think
no
it does.
attention.
I don't think it does either, actually.
But it was kind of cool. It was not a company store. It was definitely a franchise. And I believe that it was black-owned and very, very successful. There's also a big Portillo's down
There is.
near there.
Can't go wrong with Portillo's.
Right. Not to
which
diss
how many
McDonald's,
times-
but Portillo's is much better.
We
food.
actually, when we had to drive to get our second vaccine, we had to go to Tinley Park, which is way south
Tinley.
from here. Tinley. It
It's
was
south
like
of
an
Orland?
hour to get there.
And
I think we
Palos.
passed like 3 Portillo's on the way.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just kind of like.
But
just
they
in
only
case
have
of-
them like in Chicago, and I think they have some in Florida. I don't know
Okay.
that they have them. I mean, they've tried to expand the franchise. It's so good.
So good.
It's just fast food, but it's just really well done.
It's very well done.
And they just figured out how to do everything right. The pricing is right. The quality is right.
There's one near here that anytime we drive by there, doesn't matter what time of day or night it is, there's at least 15 or 20 cars deep in the drive up. But it goes through like super fast because they got people out there taking your order way in advance and stuff like that. So it all works out.
Wait, what was our slogan now? Oh my goodness. I gotta look at the picture again. Come on.
Not good looking, just good cooking.
Right. By the way, it's to avoid getting sued by Ed DeBevics, we'll point out that it's 640 North Wells Street in Chicago, Illinois. Stop in.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime
Check it
you're-
out.
Yeah. You can get meatloaf there, although there's nothing on the outside of the building that says. And you can get Ed's beer.
There you go.
They have beer.
Root beer or beer? Probably
Beer.
Yeah.
Ed's beer.
There you go. Okay, we learned something new.
So it's like a free advertisement.
Yeah.
They can't complain that
You learned a little bit about
that
Chicago.
we're gonna steal
today.
their slogan.
You learned a little bit about kitchen slogans. Do you have a kitchen slogan?
You now know 15 different restaurants in the River North neighborhood.
Yes. So Thursday is the night before we move. We'll do probably something super short, probably from your phone, so we can upload it really fast, and because everything will be packed, hopefully, knock on wood.
Well, that's true, but it wouldn't be that difficult to pack this.
Oh yeah, we got the iPad. That's true.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
We'll
Yeah,
figure it
we don't want
out.
to break our streak of 9 months of this, which is pretty spectacular. I think. I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh, look, there's more vaccines available.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, by the way, we should follow up on that.
Still
I know
feel
we're
fine.
running late. No real side effects from the second shot.
Nothing.
I mean, a little bit of sore arm.
But other than that, we didn't get
Nothing.
any aches, chills, pains, fever, headaches, anything.
A lot of smart alecky people said that it was not any of you. Other smart alecky people said, "Oh, just wait, it's coming.
Yeah.
You'll feel fine for the first 24 hours."
So yeah.
Never happened.
So unfortunately, we couldn't take it as easy this weekend as we wanted to.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I'm like, are you kidding?
I was hoping for some real downtime.
Right.
With an excuse of
We
like, this is
needed
why
it.
I'm down.
Right.
Not like I just don't want to do anything.
All right.
So anyway, so we'll see you next time, and have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.